I'm Susan. Today I am participating in a collaboration hosted by Kiki DIY's Christmas Crafting with Friends. This is a great group of people and I am so proud to be a part of it. Kiki has gotten us all together and we are to make the crafts for you and to bring joy to you before Christmas. I hope you check out the playlist and I hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, let's get started. First I'm going to make a wreath. I love making wreaths. I just love the way they come together. And I'm starting out with making my bow for my wreath. And I just want to kind of keep it in a pretty rustic looking colors. So I'm just doing the simple Olivia bow. And I just go back and forth with my ribbon. And this is wired ribbon. And I just cut some notches. And then I cut a long tail for later on. And this ribbon I got from Dollar General. They've had some beautiful ribbons this year. Now this Merry Christmas ribbon, I just had to kind of go around and around with my loops because I couldn't go back and forth because one side would be inside out. So I just did it that way and it worked out pretty good for me. Each section of my bows had 3 loops. I used 3 different ribbons for my bow and all of them I cut a long tail. And each bow I made just a little bit smaller than the one before. Once I got them all cut, I took a chenille stem and I didn't notch the narrow ribbon, but the other 2 I did. And I just took a chenille stem and just tied them together that way and then fluffed. And it takes a lot of fluffing to get a pretty bow. There's really something satisfying about making a pretty bow. On my tails, I just dovetailed them. And then I took a chenille stem and tied them halfway on just to make it easier to put on my wreath. I'm repurposing this grapevine wreath. I used it in the earlier in the fall to make my fall wreath. So I took off those decorations and I'm just clipping some poinsettias I got from Dollar Tree and some picks I got from Dollar General. I mean, both places have had beautiful flowers, ribbons. It just amazes me. And I just arranged them all through the wreath, and I don't bother gluing very much onto this wreath because I'll probably repurpose it again for the next season. And I just tuck it in and it holds very well. And these berries are beautiful. They've got, like, you can't really tell here, but they've got a beautiful frosted look. I decided just to do the left side of my wreath instead of going all the way around because I like the way that looks. And once again, I just keep tucking and adding things until I'm happy with how it turns out. And you have to excuse, you keep hearing my cat Kit crying. He won't sit in the room, and I'm in my son's room editing this, so I can't let him in. Anyway, I add these apples that I had thrifted. I've used them in many other projects. And I hot glue those on. And I look for different things to add to my wreath, and some things I go with, some things I don't. I like these gold pick. I got it from Dollar General, and I added in with the different berries and flowers that I have. And now I'm going to add on the tails of my bow, and I just work it inside one of the vines and tie it on, and then I tie the bow over that, and I just loop it into the vine and just adjust it to where it looks like it's all one bow. I go back to fluffing some more and arranging my little loops, and it just seems like it needs a little something extra, so I look to see what I'm going to put in the center. The star I thrifted. I got a bag full of all kinds of different little things, and I just got a bucket full of different stuff, that little angel, but nothing quite worked until I tried this church that I got at Dollar Tree. I just wanted something to kind of go on the left, and then I spot what I want to add, and that's these little birds from Dollar Tree. I think they're cute. I know some people think they look creepy, but I think they're cute, but I like birds. And so I add those birds in. Of course, you have to hot glue the feet back in because they're not in very well. But I just loop the wires on the feet into the grapevine wreath and glue where I need to glue. And I think it added a lot to this wreath. And here's how it turned out. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I mean, this says me. I love red. Now for my second one, I'm making just a flower arrangement. I thrifted this vase. I showed it in a video that I did for Carol of My Blessed Nest, where we show our Christmas vintage items that we thrifted. And I just take some more of those poinsettias and pine cones and picks, and I just add until I'm happy. And just like wreath making, flower arrangement just makes me happy. It feels good and you feel good. It's just a feel good feeling all the way around, making something beautiful. And once I'm happy with my flower arrangement, I add some of this green moss in my pot to cover the styrofoam. And I have this pretty green vintage ribbon. It was my mom's, at least back in the 80s. And I just take it and I weave it throughout my flower arrangement, and I think it added a lot to it. And once I get what I want weaved through my flower arrangement, I just make a little bow for the front with it. Nothing fancy, just wrap it around my fingers a few times and tie it with a chenille stem. And then I just glue some little tiny pine cones to the front. And to get it to go into the styrofoam, I just take one of the stems from the flowers, poinsettias that I clipped off, and just hooked it onto the back so that I can poke it into the styrofoam. And here's where I glue on my little pine cones. And here's how my flower arrangement turned out. I think it also turned out beautiful. And here they both are. And I'm very happy with the way they look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't. Ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload videos. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And please be sure to go visit Kiki and visit the playlist. There are some wonderful, talented people. So until next time, everybody, bye, y'all.